All right, so today we're gonna switch things up a little bit and give you 3 rap songwriting tricks to sound more professional in a checklist format so that next time you're writing that song, you can go back and make sure it's following all the best songwriting techniques before you release it, put any money into it. This checklist is also gonna be in an article in our blog. All of our videos come with the corresponding article, so you can always come back to it. You can always, of course, come back to this video. So without further ado, let's give you 3 rap songwriting tricks, 3 rap songwriting techniques to sound more professional. I'm your host, Drew Morrissey, and this is How to Rap. Rap songwriting trick number 1, change your tone of voice, your delivery every 4 to 8 bars. Every 4 to 8 bars, I want to hear a change in vocal delivery. Now, you probably already know that the modern attention span of the average human being, let alone a rap fan, is getting smaller and smaller. There are even studies that say that it's as small as 8 seconds, the same as a goldfish. So if you want to increase the chance that you're going to retain fans, have listener retention, which is like a $5 word, basically meaning you're going to continue to be able to control their attention and they're going to be absorbed in your song. If you want to increase that listener retention, you're going to want to change your voice tone every 4 to 8 bars. That's about 8 to 10 seconds. Now, the 2 keys to this trick are as follows. You can keep the same words or even melody and just change your voice. So if you look at a song like Joey Badass's Devastated, super great single right there. If you'll notice, it's a total of 8 bars as the chorus, right? The chorus is 8 bars long, but it's technically just the same words, the same melodies, delivered in different voices twice, right? So 4 bars of the same melody, just delivered in different ways. Now, of course, we can't actually have the song running because we don't want to get demonetized. We need this paper, you know what I'm saying? But if you remember the song, it starts with the kind of quiet, I used to feel so devastated, right? Very understated delivery. And then when the beat drops, I used to feel so devastated, right? He gets more excited and changes his delivery and with more energy, even though it's the exact same lyrics, exact same melody. So what that does is make the chorus, even though it's just a classic 4 bars repeated, feel a lot bigger and even longer because he's changing the way that he's delivering his voice based on the beat change, which is the other half. You gotta look for strong changes in the beat to indicate it's time to change your voice. So in the case of Joey Badass, when that beat drops, he gets more excited. Even in the video, he's jumping up and down, right? Because the beat is indicating, the producer is indicating to you, this is the time to change your voice, to do something different, to keep that listener retention. Listener retention. This is an extremely important skill for you to have if you're trying to get from intermediate to advanced rap or even just beginner to intermediate, right? I've been coaching rappers around the world for 5+ years, and one of the easiest ways to know that somebody just isn't quite ready as a songwriter, as a performer for the big time, for the industry, for that big bad career is I'll notice beat changes and their voice will not mirror it. They will not change anything about their voice in relation to the beat getting more hype or more quiet, right? So this is a skill you really need to master for anybody to really think that you're professional grade. Rap songwriting trick number 2 is record 2 ad-lib tracks all the way through and then come back and edit them. Let's explain. Now, this is kind of a How to Rap only exclusive trick because I learned it directly from one of my homies. Now, if you've been following How to Rap for a long time, y'all probably know one of my best friends is Perps of 808 Mafia, who most recently helmed Juice WRLD's most recent album, Death Race for Love. He did Hear Me Callin', things like that. He also happened to produce my last album, which we recorded in London, UK, and Berlin, Germany. And I can remember the very first day that we started recording songs for it. We did the song, went all the way through, everything was good. I was in the booth about to take my headphones off and he says, all right, now it's time to do the ad-libs, right? Now, I was like, oh yeah, of course. I know I have to do ad-libs, background voices, if y'all don't know what ad-libs are, right? I already knew that I had to do them, but I was like, okay, so how should we attack these? How should we fill in the blank space of the track? And he says, well, why don't you just record all the way through 1 track of ad-libs, background voices, just do it like Migos, like bang, woo, yeah, right? Or say the last word of the bar, go all the way through, and then we'll do another whole track all the way through. If you doing melodic stuff like, yeah, like Trippy Red, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Now that specific trick, I was like, oh, this is genius, because what you can do is have more creative freedom to just have fun knowing you're just going through the whole track. And then after we've completed those, we'll go back and choose the ones we like, whether it's melodic or a sound or whatever it is. Now this is absolutely genius because first of all, it allows you creative freedom to not feel so much pressure on an individual ad-lib or going step by step. You can just have fun with it for each of the respective tracks, right? And a lot of y'all, like I even see advanced rappers being like, yo, I don't like doing ad-libs, probably because the way that they're doing it is making it really like a lot of pressure to have the hottest ad-lib. But if you already know you're gonna edit it and you already know you're gonna do a whole nother track of it that you can do something different with, it just takes a lot of the pressure away for you in the studio. Now, ad-libs are extremely crucial, so I do want you to do them. It's extremely important that you're able to do them. They fill in the blank space of the track, but if you do it this way with this trick, I can take away some of the pressure, or you might just have a sound, you know, obviously you're gonna add effects to the ad-libs later on, so you don't have to feel as much pressure to have that perfect ad-lib, and it won't be so stressful. Now, before we get into our last trick, I just wanna let you know we do have a 4-hour masterclass step-by-step in song structure and beat selection specifically. It's the first link in the video description box below, but what's really cool about this is that if you just click that link and enter in your email just for checking out the information about that course, you're gonna get a free book all about how to go full-time in music, even without a fan base and stuff like that. And you're gonna get my personal travel studio that I used when I was on that world tour doing music with Perps in London and Berlin. So go check that out if you're really more interested in specifics about song structure. And rap songwriting trick number 3 is make songs for targeted demographics. Make songs specifically for specific target markets. This is one of the more conceptual points, but you'd be surprised how many rappers I see, even if they're objectively dope, are making songs that are trying to be all things to all people in just one song, right? You're trying to be all things to all people at all times in the song. So what I mean by that is, if you have a single, right, something that's supposed to appeal to the masses, that's supposed to get everybody from, you know, older casual listeners, all the way to young people, all the way to the ladies, all the way to the festival crowd, right? One of the main parts of it is making it easy to understand, easy to remember, simple concepts, not super advanced flows. But you'd be amazed how many lyrical miracle rappers, right? They're single, the ones that's supposed to just that song specifically is just supposed to go to the masses. How they're single, they're trying to show you how dope they are, and it's basically just a 5 Fingers of Death or LA Leakers freestyle with a hook on it, right? That is not the way to do it. Your single is for the target market of the masses, all right? Your single is not your time to show the streets or the bar fans that you got the bars, right? On the other side, if you have a street banger, something grungy, right? I want it to be extremely grungy, and don't try to necessarily appeal to the ladies with that, right? Find the target market for the song that you're specifically going for, right? So on your street bangers, I want it to be like Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction, right? Get real medieval with these cats, right?
I ain't through with you by damn sight. I'ma get medieval on you.
In your singles, I want a 5-year-old to be able to sing it next to a 25-year-old, because that's the whole point. It's the masses. But this is one of the, again, another thing that will take you from intermediate rapper to advanced rapper is when you're starting to do songs that you're aware that it's for a target market, targeted demographic. So those are the 3 songwriting tricks for today. Change your voice every 48 bars. Record 2 ad-lib tracks and go all the way through and then edit them. Give yourself that creative freedom. And then of course, make songs for targeted demographics, right? Just be aware of who is likely to enjoy this song. Now, as I mentioned, if you want some more in-depth information, go cop our free book and get information on song structure course. First link in the video description box. If this is your first time watching us, it goes without saying, be sure to subscribe. We drop daily videos, and we always end these videos with a question. So what of these songwriting techniques, what of these songwriting tips are you going to use and start using? And are any of these that you've used before, right? Like, that was the weirdest worded question. I'll make sure in the comments to word it better, but you know what I'm saying? Like, do you use these already? Have you used them? Are you gonna start using them? All that good stuff. But it's the big homie Drew. I appreciate you watching. Tomorrow, we got the Nipsey Hussle biography coming up. I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.